YouTube. What up? It's the Kid Clipper the Clip, and I'm back at it. And this video topic discussion is going to be dedicated to the legendary, to the great Casper site. For all the YouTubers, if you follow the content that I make, Casper site has some great footage, on point footage, and he has a nice analysis and a nice question base, a base of questions for certain footage. So today, Casper site has a video, Brazil UFO encounter, okay? And evidence just got insane. And he asked a specific question that I want to answer for him. So if you go into Casper site's video, like his video, subscribe, comment, you find some awesome stuff. He's not from the United States of America. However, he's well known. Just like Asim Barber, not from the United States of America, but known in the United States of America a long time ago for his craft. Now, Casper site has a name that pops up. So if you fast forward the video or watch the video to 5 minutes and 36 seconds, like I said, I'm not going to show too many videos, you can see Casper site ask the question because it looks like a orb or some type of ship. The color is green, has green lights. It's nighttime and it has green and gray lights, right? And it's lowered down in the bushes, the forest, and the trees. So it's just floating there and it's pulsating. He asks, what can it be? And he's an older gentleman or whatever, and like I said, not from the United States of America. Didn't have a lot of encounters on his own. If I'm not mistaken, Casper site, he lives down the street from a zoo. So when Casper site is asleep, he hears lions roaring in the morning, and we hear birds chirping. You see how it's the best of both worlds? Two different worlds, two different placements in assimilation. So this is one of my favorite go-to guys to watch his content. He doesn't give everything, a thumbs up. He asks a question to see if it's real or not. So this right here, Casper site, should help you. When you see the green and the pewter silver lights, or whatever you want to call them, the color of that ship is the same color as the skin of what? The tiny tree people. Don't you notice that? Don't you notice that when they finally got the film of the tiny tree people and they finally put it out on TikTok, that was another reason why they wanted TikTok going. You notice the tiny tree person, it looks like a midget, gray alien, Maltese alien. It looks green, gray, pewter. And we really don't see the blue too much, but it's there. And look at the tree. The brown turns whitish, and there's different colors to the tree. Now, I explained this before, and a lot of people didn't believe me a long time ago, but this was captured, and this is hidden through the federal aisle, said it before. So you look at an embodiment of a tiny tree person and you see it's the same color as the lights. I told you when you see the orbs, the lightning orbs, that's not necessarily a craft, a UAP or a UFO. It's actually kind of like life looking for a battery to generate the craft. I'm dead serious. That's what's wrong with the world, is that the tall trees is in here and neither is the instruments. Because the balls of lightning, they would rhyme with an instrument, and it wouldn't just fall down and just fall across. The rhythm from an instrument on planet Earth with tall trees, it'll make the ball lightning look like a game. You know how, not like pinball, you know how you play pinball and it hits the sides and it hits the little spikes on the side. That's how it's supposed to look when it's one ball lightning and it's a whole bunch of trees. And maybe that one tiny tree person could be lucky, whatever trees he or it is stationed in. And then once the ball lightning hits the tree where the tiny tree person is, it becomes a ship, a craft. And now the little tiny tree person goes from living in the house, basically the tree. Now he has a car, or it has a car or a plane, and it's a different type of fun. It's actually the only optic that human beings could record to show you that the tiny tree person, the world is made for him, or it. It looks like you can't really tell what it is. It's both. It's a boy and a girl. Dead serious. You can't really tell that the earth, it's not really made for the earth. It was kind of put here for fun. Dead serious. The joint don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? That's why certain people say it's Sasquatch, an alien, because they said dragons were aliens too. Now mind you, nothing can talk English. It's just the human is just planted on Earth. So whatever the thing, the entity is thinking, we just gonna pick up on it, because that's the question we want to ask it. We want to ask it questions. So the feeling of missing, and wanting to know transfers to another embodiment, believe it or not. And if you don't believe me, look at a cat or a dog or any type of pet that can't talk English. Then eventually it picks up on the vibration of the language. That's exactly what that is. They know what it is 100%. The film is probably not a random person that caught it. When the craft, when the craft comes to life. That's why they station certain stations in certain places, because that's where the ball lightning gets lucky, where the tiny tree person is, and the most they could do is cut the tree down. But before they could cut the tree down, the entity, the tiny tree person left. It left like 3 days before you decided you was gonna cut the tree down. And went to another tree. It was nothing you could do. I'm dead serious. Look at the colors of it, right? Like, look at it. Look at it. But now look at the footage of a tiny tree person, and I can't make it up, and I'm not lying. It's the same colors, and that's how it looks. And like I said, if you go look and remember the big craft that was mad low, and it was wild, it was kind of scary to people, and then they took it off the internet because TikTok complained about it, or TikTok got in trouble about it because that was government stuff. That's not necessarily a person like me just catching it outside. That's them waiting for it to come, know it's about to come, had the camera set up, and then can show us anonymously. And that's how it looks. And the one I'm talking about that scared everybody that got taken off, you can find it on YouTube. It was the same color. It's green. It's like the grayish tar moss, dry tree color, the pewter silver color. You know what I'm talking about? Word, the tree's in shock. It's dry. Just like people in Clorox. And all of that Clorox, everything on the periodic table is in the human body, and it's also in the middle of the earth. And you don't have to see it to feel it. You can smell it, you can't smell it. If you can't smell it, it's still there. That's how dangerous the planet is. That's why the ground be blowing up. Soccer fields and football fields be blowing up and caving in. That comes from gas storms and gas combustion storms from underground, not just above. You feel me? It's not Saturn. What is it? Saturn or one of them, or Neptune or Uranus? It's a gas storm 24/7. And another planet is raining and snowing diamonds, literally diamonds, on another planet. It's mad stuff going on. This is just Earth, though. This is just Earth. We just get worried about Earth. If they put in monkeys and other things up there, they can't breathe in other planet. So they have no other. They don't know where to go. Especially if it's a super planet, you can't go to the super planet K12. You can't go there. And you can't go to Serpo. You go to Serpo, one of them tall insectoids, skinwalkers is going to eat you up. And then bring you back to Ohio. But that's what that is. And the tiny tree people, they safe. They're safe. They mad safe. And them junks jump the trees. They jump. They don't need the ship. They get stuck to the safe tree. I'm dead serious. When that craft comes, it basically scares everything away. I told you, it's a curator craft. It's a preserver craft. And it's a craft that carries the dead. And hurts people and destroys you. It hurts you and destroys you, and then it carries you away. It stays there for a different job. When you see a UFO like that on TV, you call it fake. But then you feel it though. You like, yo, it's giving me a crazy feeling. Now imagine seeing that in the desert where the government is. And when that joint take off and it's spitting sand in the sand, or spitting water in the water, like clean water into the water, or a different type of sand, a more organic sand into the sand. Can you imagine how scary that joint is going to look to the human eyes? That's why they cut the trees down. That's why the lizard people cut the trees down. The white Nordics, the Palladians, all of them, they all in cahoots. Facts. It was too powerful. And there's about 4 other stories going on, and everybody just punished the planet. They just punished the planet because the crime that was committed to the quote unquote God or gods happened to be planet Earth. Mars was the first Luciferian effect. If not the first Luciferian effect, it was the last one. It was the last Luciferian effect, Mars. Look at the tiny tree people. They embodiment. They color go hand in hand with the moon, and they go with Mars. And look at the crafts that's produced. Look at this. Look at the curse between Shiva and Vishnu. One is green and one is gray. Together, Maltese with the color of blue, that's only through electricity. So that shows you when the 2 men was blue, they was fierce and ferocious. They was sparked through electricity. You feel me? When Vishnu was turned that specific green that you see, that was the homosexual green. It wasn't Celtic green. It wasn't the regular green that other people was or whatever. And then look at silver. Look at platinum. Look at pewter. Look at gray. And then it turns into white. It's another sign of deterioration. That's what it is. A negative air. Negative. The homosexuality. Shiva did nothing. Vishnu turned into Shiva's wife, which was Vishnu's sister, and tried to suck his dick. He said no. The people in the village, the people in the town, that because he was the preserver, Vishnu was the preserver, they didn't like Shiva saying no and being as ruthless as he was a monster too. They turned on him for that situation. That's the color. That's the curse. That's it. Whether you like it or not, you can't change it. That's how you know they was talking to something or humming to something and getting back feedback and getting smarter. What? A baby gets smarter. A person that's a low function retarded person, they can get smarter. Facts. Low motor, they get smarter. They get smart. They not gonna need you for a job. It happens. I'm dead serious. This is the color. This is the embodiment. You see the sky is red. Brahma the fire. That's it. That's what they're trying to talk to you. That's how they try to communicate with you. You just hear because it's neutralized. This joint is neutralized. It's neutralized. That's all it is. The fantasy world, the magical world is neutralized. They knew how to neutralize it. Whatever being it was, neutralized it. Look at what you're looking at. That joint is wild scary. I can't front. That joint is wild scary. What you gonna do? You gonna bug out if you see it? Are you gonna be strong enough to take your phone out and record it, or are you gonna backtrack your steps? That's how smart them white people and them Asian people and them other people is and them Indian people is. They knew what to do. That's part of the planning. We not making no sounds. See, planet Earth is supposed to be making sounds for the rest of the universe. Once the vibration hits out in the outer space, that's why they try to fool you with firmament, that made the other planets lively. I'm dead serious. It made more UFOs and portals and all of that. They killed the planet. That's how you know. That's how you see the monsters. They monsters. They different type of monsters. If you in a neighborhood, you in a community, and you scared of a monster and he blue, right? And he blue. Whether it's Vishnu or Shiva, he's a monster. He blue. He probably 7'5". He probably 8 foot. He really a giant. He Wimby height. But he wow, he's just monstrous. You see, he's Sasquatch. You see what I'm saying? Compared to a whole nother looking entity that came out from the sky. You gonna tell me that's not gonna grab the attention of other people? Of course it is. You're gonna turn your back right on your idols. Your idols become your rivals. You want a new life. You know what excitement was. You knew what a laugh was. You knew what a kid was. You didn't need to know what the textbook taught you. You didn't need to know penmanship and how to write. You didn't need to. That was just organic. That's what I'm saying. Part of the simulation, if it's robotic, that joint is robotic, there's nothing you can do. You're going to shoot at it? You could probably catch a body and kill somebody or hurt somebody. What you going to do to this? That's my point about everything. You can't want to fight me and then lose your mind when you see the magic side. I'm searching for the magic side. I thought I was the brave little one that everybody was chosen. Y'all chose me to go look for the magic side. I was looking for the magic side. Found the magic side. That's the same color as the embodiment. What you want to say? What do you want to say? The tiny tree people is the same color embodiment as the ships that come low into the jungles. Crater, it puts a bear there. Out of nowhere, you're running the track. Just imagine certain people, the last seconds of their life. They at their high school track. It's a fair day. The sun is going down. It's 7 o'clock. He's getting a run around the track, and all of a sudden a gray UFO came wild fast, low, dropped the bear off. The bear attacked the runner. The UFO didn't have to run away. It just disappeared. And either you got the bear or the bear disappeared because the UFO took the bear and it disappeared. That's the reality of where y'all live. So keep chasing me and chasing where my dick go. And I hope that and when you want to be like me and take that run, when you want to take that run for 5 years, I'ma hope the grizzly bears attack all y'all. In the name of King Shiva. Facts. What? What you want to say? They stopped the milk carton thing. They stopped putting the kids in the back of the milk carton. The kids is too smart. They knew how to summon UFOs, and they got deported somewhere. It was a drone. We'll call it a drone. A big drone. They had a staircase, a stairwell. We don't know. We wasn't there. A satellite, the satellites that's outside of the planet, it only recepts one way. It doesn't intercept two ways. It's not like it's playing 24/7. It's not like that. They can just catch certain things, and certain things can't be transmitted the other way through a satellite. So they can't catch everything through a satellite. You try to make the technology that advanced up there, it'll blow up. Certain vaults and certain things you can't put up there. Restriction. God. Yeah. That's what your community, that's what a lot of communities, that's what you need to just take and accept. Don't call me no punk because I accept it. I can't beat no UFO. I can't. What am I doing? I can't. Now P-47 and P-52, run the fade. I feel like I can strangle him to death, and we'll all be relieved of mental health. I'm not scared of him at all. I want to go poke him in his eyes. I want to go poke all of them in their eyes. By myself, I'm not scared of the smell. I don't care if that shit burns my skin. I just want to just get it over with and get it out the way. But to answer your question, you see a pattern, Mr. Casperite. And like I said, I live by the portals. This is nothing new to me. It's always that color. When that specific craft, and you have the chart with all the crafts, when it's that color, that's why you have the craft, not in color. You see how you have the chart, it's not in a real fine color, detailed, printed craft. No, it's not a chart. You can see how it's not like. But just to let you know, that's why we asked the Sasquatch, because he's swamp man also. Sasquatch is swamp man also. And the Preserver UFO, it hydrates the swamp with gas, and it stays the swamp. That's a different story, but a different situation. But the color, the embodiment is always the same color. When it comes that low, it's green and pewter, metallic, and it looks like it has windows. And he's here for the tiny tree people. A little quick ride. It disintegrates. It evaporates. It disintegrates, and then the tiny tree person that wakes up back in the tree and lives and waits for the next ride. That joint to come see what up with you too. See, he's like the Caribbean. If he's not organic to the earth, you see how the Spanish people in the Caribbean, they got a argument like, yeah, we Native American, we just mix with the white alien too. He's like them to us. He's gonna put all of us in check. He said, listen, I'm on vacation. Whatever you're thinking about. So we gotta come together when we see the magical world, despite if we mix the knot. Because you want to know why? Yeah, the craft is always racist. It's always green and pewter. Always. So figure that out. Just saying. Brazil UFO encounter. Make, M-A-Y-K, Leo, L-E-A-O, evidence just gotten seen. Go look at the embodiment. I was just talking about this. This is what I mean. This is how I know people watching my content or whatever. Because they get too lucky too quick. You get lucky too quick. I've been watching this for the last 6 years, and this is why I made so many pages and have so many videos on different pages, because y'all all clashed on the different pages. So I try to make it even or whatever. But this is the same embodiment UFO, and I just made a video about this a couple of days ago. It's gray and it's green. It's for the tiny tree people. Okay? That is a fact. That's why they cut trees down, people. We need the trees for oxygen. They making fake oxygen by cutting the air, making clouds. When you see the skyscrapers making the clouds, a lot of those aren't organic clouds. They making oxygen for us, though. They doing a lot of lies. They getting rid of the scary side. That's why I said Creator. Creator comes to the track and puts a pack of wolves there, and they eat you. Or if you're looking out your window, you see a really big UFO. You stay on the 14th floor. You stay on the 14th floor in Manhattan. You looking outside, and then you see a big UFO just spitting water into the water. That's gonna scare you. Y'all not strong enough for that. Y'all not. Y'all not. I'll be the first one to tell you. They know it for years, centuries. Listen, the reason why I went so hard be calling Native American is because my family was here in the 1300s. Okay, the 1300s, that should tell you a lot. If a lot of things came together, especially language in the 1300s, you see prior to the 1300s, there was another type of life form, and they didn't have a certain type of communication. So that's why I take pride, and I tell you to take pride too. I told y'all a long time ago to put it aside. Put it aside. It's all color. It's all color, disability. We all sick. You sick high, I'm sick low. Or you sick, you didn't get high or low, you're just sick. That's what it comes down to. The body's not outside. That's what it comes down to. Color. You got people turning the same color as the craft. What happens when you see a brown UFO? And it's spitting brown dirt, brown mud, red clay, into the world right in front of you. You're gonna get scared. Y'all not built for it. We too housed in. We not built for it. Back in the day, I'm talking about back in a long time ago, before the 1300s. This is what I'm talking about. It don't take nothing before a UFO to put a person in the wilderness and he has somewhere to go. You people don't know where everybody live. You're not in everybody's house. You don't know how life really is. Do you know it's people that really went crazy because they seen that type of stuff? The story sounds so fictional. A pink dolphin jumping out of the water turned into a person with a tuxedo and a briefcase and just walked into society. So he had a house. I would never know. I can't check every door. And what about if you do try to check every door and coincidentally the same dolphin is making the same routine and the same thing is happening at the same time a week later and it bugged you out? You went searching. This is the type of stuff that happens. I told you. They have it on smash, bro. We not going to see nothing too crazy. You too ready for it and you don't deserve it. You too ready for it, but you don't deserve it, and you're not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? You're ready to fall victim to it. You're not gonna sustain nothing positive from it. You're gonna be scarred from something like that. If it was happening 24/7, we're not gonna get immune to it. Come on, y'all are out y'all mind. Y'all are out y'all mind if you think you can tolerate that. Look how scared he is. He's scared. He wake up to a lion roaring every morning. He got something on TV scaring him. He don't know why he's scaring him. He think he want to call it fate. And all reality is real. It's probably government. That's why it's on the internet. That's how it got on the internet. It's government officials exposing it. Can you handle it? Viewers' discretion is advised. Told you. I told you. Wait till let's see if they start showing Creator and Preserver, because this is just tiny tree people. This is just tiny tree people. They've been showing King Shiva carrying orbs and carrying dead bodies everywhere, getting shot down. They've been showing it. Let's see if they show the other scary ones. Facts. I'm dead serious. That's it right there. Same one. And go look up the other drink, the bigger drink. It's the same color and it scare you the same way. CGI don't scare you this way. Think about that, Casper. CGI don't scare you that way. That drink is frightening. It's real live in time. That's it. That's one of them. Tiny tree people. Same embodiment. What you gonna do? And Casper site, he got the UFO footage where the UFO turned black and attacked the people. He got that joint. Look, cause you notice before it vanished, before it disintegrate, it turned black and when it does disintegrate or vanish, it doesn't deteriorate like human flesh. It goes away a different way, right? Watch when it goes away. You see a little black and brown mark, like a little black and brown spot, right? Casper site got the video where they drink the black and brown spot. It stayed there. And the joint right in front of you, it got wow big. Because the guy was sitting up there recording it. He was recording it. It got wow big and then it went dumb high in the air, right? And it turned black. That joint turned black, brown. You know exactly which one I'm talking about. And the dude was looking at it. The joint was real. I promise you it was real. Promise you. Probably was taking off. Hit it. That joint turned brown, black, and went straight at his camera. Poof, and he fell on the floor. You know how the Exorcist, how they showed the Exorcist was just throwing herself on the floor and throwing herself on the ceiling? That's how he fell on the floor. Dead serious. That joint turned brown, black. Go watch any drink like that's alive or whatever, the UFOs, and go watch when they disintegrate or evaporate or they just leave. You're gonna see the brown black spot and go hand in hand with weather. That's weather. That's precipitation. That makes the rain, that makes the snow, that makes it hot, and all of that. That makes the 4 seasons. I promise you it does. But y'all fail to realize it comes with attitude. It comes with evil intent. That shit comes with vicious and mean intent. Facts. I'm dead serious. Comes with a roar, like a roar. Weather, it does. That's why I thought it was God. I said, yo, when it was raining, is God mad at us? You know what I'm saying? That's what it does. I'm dead serious. It connects just that way. And then you see when it's a nice day and the birds are chirping and all of that, it got that type of effect too. Just like a tiny tree person. You don't know if it's a girl or a boy, and that little brown black spot, you don't know if it's evil or dark or if it's both. Evil, dark, good, both, you don't know. Or if it's both, it probably is. I want y'all niggas to see the tiny tree people UFO in the trees. Because we got mad tall trees and mad woods. I want y'all to go outside. I want y'all to be frightened. I want y'all to see the same little homie that I seen when I was a kid. I'm dead serious. I want y'all to go outside and see it. I do. It's huge too. You know it's real. When you see it on TV, you know it's real. That's the one that the United States of America, that's the one that they scared, that they scared of that one. That's why they be shooting things out the sky. They scared of that one. That one frightens us. That's the scariest one. All it takes is for the little tiny, I'm going to call it it. It got free will. It jumped to another tree, to a neighborhood near you. I want to see it. I promise you I want to see it. That's what I want to see. That's the one. I seen King Shiva getting escorted in Richmond. They were scared. They were scared of the big gray UFO. That's the one I seen. That look like that'll zap you. Yeah, they were scared. This is the one I want to see. Besides the water drain. King Shiva is scared. We was frightened. We was in college acting like we was thugged out. And Shiva crept out. We was outside drunk. We was in the yard drunk. We had the guns in the air. The dogs is out. The women was dancing. Cooking out. It's class. What's class? And then Shiva came in. We all got quiet. Turned into bitch-ass bitches and bitch-ass niggas. I felt like I was under an electric like something, like a plug, like I can't explain it. We were scared. Like me and my best friend, we were separated from everybody else because we had to talk about something. We had to talk about Stephanie. And then that shit came. Dead serious. Everybody was like, frozen. We was like this. And Anthony started crying. I couldn't laugh yet. I had to wait because I was frozen too. We was about to get cracked, yo. Facts. We was at a Baptist campus. This is my confessions. We was at a Baptist campus. The religion teacher, when they teach you religion, they teach you about the satanic religion. And then if you get assigned the satanic religion, she asks you, just like you got to buy a book, go buy the Ouija board. So we had to go buy the Ouija board for class. We did it all. We was playing with the dark side on the Baptist school where Harriet Tubman was. It was nothing but bad fate. It was nothing bad stuff about to happen. All of the other people I knew, they knew Arabic. I didn't know no Arabic, and I'm the Muslim. They all non-Muslims, and I'm the Muslim, and they know Arabic. And we playing with dark energy. The land is filled with energy of deceased slaves, deceased Native Americans. Pocahontas, the famous Pocahontas was right there. She was right there. Her soul is still there. The girls turn evil. They turn different where I was at. They start turning into Lily, trying to tell Caspersight, yo. We could be driving to the 7-Eleven and a black bear will run into our car. Or some coyotes will run in the middle of the street and start looking in the window at us. I'm dead serious. We lived. We turned out. It was nothing but magic at the campus. Gargoyles, tiny tree people, little freaking goblins, Harriet Tubman's embodiment, maybe her brothers and sisters, cousins, and other people that was there. Then you got the Native Americans. Them niggas was mad. The black ones, the yellow ones, the red ones, the green ones is still there. Talking to the ones that's dead. Yeah. What? What y'all really looking for? Y'all in the house scared. Y'all don't want to fight. And y'all don't want to take the magic. The opposite of magic is fighting. That's it, Caspersight. You can see that over here in my park. That joint is liable liable to see this joint. I want to see so, and I hope all of y'all see it. I hope it stays. Or hovers over us and stays. I hope it leaves the park and then just comes in the middle of the street and stays. Yeah. Incorporeal. Your thoughts, your evil, deranged thoughts, or your angelic good thoughts is called incorporeal. Forget the word subconscious. I don't care about subconscious right now. I got a word that's better than subconscious. I got a word that makes, creates, and preserves and destroys subconscious. It's like your and your. Y-O-U-R or Y-O-U with the apostrophe R-E. With the apostrophe R-E, it doesn't make the criteria of formal writing. You take it in front of the lizard man, she doesn't like it. You have to use Y-O-U-R every single time in formal writing. Stuff like that, I understand. It's the same thing. Same embodiment. This isn't Shiva. This isn't Vishnu. This isn't Brahma. This isn't the three colors that blend in the gut. This is the tiny tree man that looks digital. And he's at the amusement park. His hotel is the tree. That's where he's staying, a hotel. Free of charge. He know everything is going on. And he is waiting for a ride. Y'all strong enough to see that? Because that's what I want to see. And I want to see you see it. Just stay there. I want one to just stay there. Pulling the gravity, exactly. That's all it is. You make it come to life. If it's hurting you, if it can kill you, if it can suck you in like a storm, it came to life. Incorporeal. That's what a storm is. That's what they're scared of. Hurricanes, typhoons, are those the dead slaves from Africa? Yeah. That's what they're going to tell you in Virginia. They ain't going to tell you that in New York. They're going to tell you all them storms coming from them dead slaves in the water. They're going to tell you all that horror that's on the land, that will be scared. That's the dead Native Americans. They wasn't called Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, Cuban. They wasn't called none of that. Jamaican, Trinidadian, Haitian, whatever. Crossing with the Africans. They wasn't called none of that. These niggas was jungle savages. Eating rats, chipmunks, as soon as he jumped out the hole. With no regard. What y'all want? That one still comes around. Yeah. You can't catch. Don't Brahm looks like a thief. Casper site. In every card or every page of literature in Hindu, Brahma looks like he robbed the bank. He's a thief and got away clean. That's symbolic to putting a UFO on a track of bear eating your kid in your left in seconds. You heard screams and that was it. Your body wasn't fast enough to go save it or see what's up. Tiny tree people. Shit. I had a teacher. That bitch was a lizard. She was a draconian. Listen, school 16, Miss Benefico. She was a lizard. She was the Nordics, the Palladians, and the tall whites was intimidated by her. They said the draconian lizard could turn into a human being, so it could look like a Nordic. All right, I remember all of this. She was a draconian in the flesh. In the flesh. Miss Benefico. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing, me. Nothing. That bitch used to, listen, if you look like you was going to stutter reading, she used to turn fucking gray, green, and yellow. Like, for a neutral second. And then turn right back into a woman with glasses, and she had the big bifocals. Her eyes was wild big. The big bifocals. Her eyes was like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like tails in the glasses. Her eyes was wild big. I used to get quiet, right? And then I used to brave up. I'm like, yo, listen, my mom gonna have to fight this bitch. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and get yelled at too much. So I used to stare at her, right? She used to get a little intimidated by me or whatever, and she used to show me her filter. She showed me her filter because I give them respect. It's just too much I couldn't tolerate, yo. I couldn't tolerate that shit in school 16. Word. I got kicked with a rollerblade. I got scratched in the face. I got kicked in the stomach. with a rollerblade. I got kicked in the nuts with a rollerblade. Then she tried to kick me with an ice skate. The bitch tried to kick me with an ice skate. So my mom went up the hill and beat her mother up. I was like, all right, ma, well, why you in? You know, I just had a nice run in White Plains. I done fought like 200-300 times. This teacher, you gonna have to run it with it. But before I could make the connection, you know, Miss Benefico, she showed me she was a draconian. Facts. She showed me that shit. One day I got mad. She seen I was mad. I just stared at her like this, y'all. So she tried to intimidate me. She looked up, and all the kids was looking at me. Right? And I ain't budged this time. I was just staring at her like, I was ready to say something. I was ready to just get suspended. Go to detention, get suspended. So she looked at everybody else dropped their head. Yo, when everybody dropped their head, she showed me that shit. I was like, oh, all right, I know what. She better not fail me. You know, I had it in the back of my head. She ain't gonna fail me. Showing me that. She didn't. But I'm telling you, man, that's what that dream is, man. That's what it is. Incorporeal, man. Incorporeal. My grandmother, rest her soul, she hated jail. She hated the thought of jail. It didn't matter what you did, yo. My grandmother did not want people to go to jail. She believed in street justice. And I think she believed in street justice Because that type of stuff, when humans turn animal, it conjures this. It conjures this. It does, man. That's the story of Vishnu, man. That's the evil side of it, man. The nigga was a monster. The nigga was a beast. You see the curse. Look at this drink, bro. This drink right here is scary. See, this drink right here, yeah, this one is scary, see? You see what type of effect it leaves on us? It leaves a confused effect. We sitting up there looking at it like, yo, it do look real. And you're like, yeah, it could pass that real. Maybe it's not. That's what a UFO could do to a human being's brain, yo. If it's not slicing us up, it's computing our brain. It's tapping into the emotion and everything. Something ain't right. Exactly. We sitting up here trying to solve a problem with the pieces that we dealt, with the pieces that we was dealt with, but the hidden pieces that didn't deal its way into the situation is the answer. That's the answer. And that's why we getting drove crazy. You know? They want to see another effect. They want to see a UFO the size of planet Earth sit on the top of planet Earth and Big Bang us. Like this. This is what they want to see. Okay? They seen the operation of every UFO. I promise they did. But they want to see. You ever heard of the Alpha and Omega? If you heard of the Alpha and Omega, that's what it is. They think that the big UFO, there's a big UFO that comes over the planet Earth, and it zaps us, basically kills us, and then another one comes right after and puts us back in place. That's called degeneration. That's what they're looking for. They're trying to catch it in a portal, supposedly. That's what CERN is. That's why they got cameras in space. Because you can have a chicken's disease attack, a hallucination, and see something you're not supposed to see. That's what planet CERN is for. Concern. This is all facts. There's nothing fiction about it. Y'all gotta go to an HBCU though to learn about this. The HBCU, they teach you a certain curriculum. It's called curriculums. They teach you certain federal curriculums. It's not like Harvard and stuff like that. Harvard, and they season you in certain education. You get seasoned with certain like vernacular, certain big words. Because it's like a secret society that evens out at graduation, and you're just accepted into the society because of what school you went to. They're not going to teach you the overall basis of everything like an HBCU. An HBCU is going to teach you how to get out of trouble if Harvard tries to put you in trouble. That's what an HBC, that's the curriculum they take. That's the curriculum they teach everybody. If Harvard tries to get you, like, what's his name? Cameron, the football player, he stabbed the little black kid that stabbed the white dude. That's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Functions of UFOs, they have different functions. Celestial embodiment, that's the feeling it's produced. We all under hypnosis. We all under failure. We're all under confusion. We're all under mental health. We're all hypnotized. But that shit is real. I'm dead serious, Casper Psych. Dead serious. That's the same one. It got green lights and it's pewter, yo. That drink could come right out here. I kid you not. We get so many balls of lightning out here. We get so many ball lightnings and orbs out here that if it hit the tree the right way, that's what's going to happen. And they cut all the trees. I can take you right now over there. They cut more trees down because a fungus grew over there. A fungus grew over there. There's nothing I'm making up. I used to train back there. The concrete cinder block that was on the bleachers, I used to punch it with the gloves. I used to train back there all the time. And I caught the steroid head, one of the steroid heads who injected his dog, and his eyes turned white. I think he did. The dude and his dog, their eyes turned white. They was going to the bathroom back there, and they cut the trees down because there was a fungus back there, coincidentally. So we don't know if it's from magical activity or if it's from the fungus from the steroids and him using the bathroom and the dog using the bathroom and the bugs eating the defecation and then spreading it to the plants. You see how fungus is started? The bugs got on steroids when they ate the doo-doo, and then they went to Mother Nature and made a fungus. This is nothing I'm making up. This is all alien UFO activity. This is all federal stuff that they know that happens. It's a chain reaction. And it wasn't just a mushroom. You just cut a mushroom out. The fungus looked like a plant mixed with an insect. It looked like a praying mantis plant. And it had poison ivy, and poison ivy grew back there. They cut the whole bleachers down and all of the trees. Incorporeal. Hate to scare you, but ghost is real. A ghost is white, and a demon is black. That's what I said. Look at that. Ball of lightning. Is that a ghost teaming up with an alien? A baby, a midget alien going in the tree? You feel me? Where we really at? A griffin. They showed a griffin. I see, now that's scary because scientists, they can make it. You know the scientists can make dinosaurs. They made the dinosaurs again. They can make all of it. If it wasn't real before, it could be real now. That's why I'm so jumpy. I be looking in the water, looking behind my back, looking in little holes and stuff. I'm jumpy like that, yo. Bill Gates made a tick. You seen that? You see what Bill Gates is he's the most powerful man in the world. He has to be. He asked for the land. He said, listen, I'll buy y'all out y'all houses. Can I have this land? They said no. He dropped a tick and took the land, went upstairs, right, and knew how to cheat the cheaters. If you do the plugin, he know how to cheat you. How you cheat a hacking cheating device? How do you cheat that? He made a game. Listen, y'all, that nigga made a game where he could cheat the hackers. He made a tick, and he made a game that could cheat the hackers. And then they fine you $65. They fine you $65 when they find out you was cheating. You get fined $65. If Bill Gates ain't the Antichrist, if he ain't the Antichrist, put me down. I want to be on his team. And free Puffy too. Facts, free Diddy. I'm tired of it. Let him go. There's too much dog shit outside for me to want Diddy in jail another day. Free Diddy. Nah. On y'all. I'm on y'all. I'm on y'all. All y'all regular people, right? Your subconscious in my family and stuff like that. I'm gonna have a heart for certain family members, whether it's marriage or close in blood. I'm gonna have a heart for certain people. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna try to get you abducted by a UFO. I see you in 3 days. Yeah, I see you in 3 days. I'm gonna get you. Can you imagine that? Creator. Yeah. Creator is crazy. I'm not about to be out in the water and then a UFO come out the water and then a shark drop out the bottom of the UFO. I'm not going through that. You can kiss my ass. I'll leave the water to the Caribbeans. That's why we cousins. You can do that for me. I got the land up here. I got it for you. That's why you a king. You heard? And the Spanish one, my Spanish people. That's why y'all niggas is kings and queens. I got it up here for y'all. Y'all go handle that water shit though. That's what y'all was built for. If you say no, don't renege. I'll get mad. A deal is a deal. Hire the white man. He never backs down from God anyway. Right? Hire him. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. That's the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. Is Casper site. Yeah, when you see it's real, you know it's real, right? Yeah, it ain't it ain't no doubt in it, right?